Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with another adventure in Demise, Rise of the Kutan. This time we're going to be doing something a little different. I mentioned this a few streams ago, but I'm going to do a lore episode. So I brought up our old friend Sticky Fingers, the female Ceres that we left to vacation in town. We're going to actually go into the guild hall and we're going to start looking at the different entries for things. Now, there's a lot of entries. There's 525 items and 526 monster entries. And while I can't promise we will look at every single one of them, I will definitely look at them and see what's going on with what was in the base game, because we just recently beat it. So I'm not going to read out all of their stats unless it is interesting, but I will look at the additional information, which is usually the lore bit. So these are the first enemies you usually start fighting, as these goblies. They're small, smelly relatives of kobolds and orcs. These little creatures are the scourge of the dungeon, considered to be some of the easiest prey for a starting adventurer. They are quite hard to find, however. Once found, they are usually gathered in substantial numbers, their only true form of defense. Scourg. The Scourg is nothing more than its name, an annoying beast that was once humanoid. These puny creatures are perfect for an adventurer's first kill. So yeah, basically I'm planning on doing it by type of monster, and then I will probably switch to doing some of the items. So we'll probably go back and forth. Like, this is going to be all the humanoids, and then I'll do some of the weapons. And when I get sick of it, I'll call the episode and do a new real episode. So, but someone's going to like the lore, so I'm going to put it out there. Kobold. These puny pests roam about the upper reaches of the dungeon looking for novice adventurers to ambush and kill for dinner, while at the same time avoiding the same fate from stronger monsters. And it gives you their picture in the top left if you're wondering. It tells you where you last saw them, it tells you any stats you know about them. And like I said, it goes all the way to the top. It scrolled down for me to read that. I mean, the only important things is how many hit points they tend to have. And that would be the hits. But other than that, like their strength and stuff, kind of tells you how hard they could hit you, but kind of meh. So Orc. A bit shorter than a man, orcs are well known for their violent natures and taste for fresh blood. Same. Twisted Dwarf. Puny, weakened dwarves who have been outcast for their ill nature. They are known best for trying to kill anyone who crosses their path to gain loot, particularly metal arms and armor. I would love to have some arms of metal. You know? Slave. Slaves are usually members of the kobold, goblin, and orc races, although humans and dwarves are occasionally found among them as well. Ill treatment has made them timid and ineffectual in combat, but they rarely flee because their fear of their masters is often greater than that of death. They actually run quite often. It's funny. So outcast goblin, pushed out of their tribes in the perpetual power struggles that mark the goblin race. These bitter and angry creatures tend to vent their frustration violently on others, often even on creatures that they can't possibly win against, in a wild effort to prove their worth. So now we start reaching the monsters you'll see like in the 4th and 5th floor. As you start seeing the disciples down there. So the disciple, it's armed with little but a raging fanaticism. These disciples of evil travel in hard enough groups to instill caution in many adventurers. Skull Draggle. Bandits operating raiding in small groups. Skull draggles attack by ambush with the intent of looting their victims' corpses. Morlock. Once human, these creatures have abandoned the surface world and live by scavenging in the dungeon. On occasion, they will attempt to kill surface dwellers for reasons best known to themselves. Then you start reaching the slavers. These cruel, evil humanoids delight in using their strength and size to torment smaller creatures. Slave driver. Outcast humans for the most part. Slave drivers are often wealthy individuals, very skilled in combat, and masters of intimidation. Some slave drivers are known to carry magical whips with which they force the submission of powerful creatures. Goblin. Commonly found on the 5th floor. Goblins travel in small groups that can be dangerous to a weaker adventurer traveling alone. Large orc. Stronger and taller than their lesser kin, large orcs can be serious opponents to adventurers. Norn. Servants of evil. Norn are known more for the bloody sacrifices that they delight in presiding over than anything else. Drung. Cousins of the dwarves, drungs gather in large groups, searching for something which they will not discuss with others. They will often flee if questioned about what they're doing. Troll. Walking walls of muscle with a bad attitude. The trolls are difficult to kill, fairly stupid. They exist to needs eats, kill meat, as they are often heard muttering in combat. Same. The elf. Good fighters. Elves wander the hall dungeon looking for fairy creatures that they have been forced or trapped into the depths. Little trusting of adventurers, they are known to occasionally join native dungeon races in their search. Goblin Guard. Tough, experienced goblin fighters. Groups of goblin guards are rarely found wandering around the dungeon. Usually they are assigned a place to protect by their lord and will often defend it to the death. Yep, they sure do. The Goblin Lord. We don't have their information. We've never actually captured them, so we can't actually read that out. Goblin Shaman. Rarely found, goblin shamans usually travel with goblin guards for protection. Though they aren't all that tough in combat, they make up for the difference by casting powerful spells. They are capable of making a few magic items and are often found carrying valuable items. Dwarf. Though small, dwarves are good fighters and take quite a bit of punishment to kill. Gnoll. Distant cousins of the goblins. Gnolls often travel with other creatures, particularly elves, whom they assist in their quests for a price. Because of this, gnolls often have quite a bit of gold. Gnome. Believed by many to be kin to the dwarves, these small but dangerous fanatics are actually twisted, stunted humans who search for other normal humans to sacrifice in dark rituals. So they're not actually even gnomes. It's funny. Now we're starting to get to the level 10 monsters. Yes, the Dwarven Guard and Dwarven Lord are considered around there. Often found in fairly large groups, Dwarven Guards are very adept warriors who are very hard to kill. However, they will usually not attack first unless one tries to get at whatever they are guarding. The Dwarven Lord. A skilled and powerful fighter, the Dwarven Lord is exceptionally difficult to defeat in combat. There are many rumors that he often carries valuable arms and armor, although no one has ever verified this. The Gorige. Giant goblins, Gorige, are powerful foes who roam about looking for things to smash for entertainment. Same. Sprite. Tiny fairy beings. Sprites are very difficult to hit and are capable of weaving deadly illusions against anyone who attacks them. And the Dryad. We have not actually captured this, so we don't know much about them, except for where we fought them. Same thing with this. Like, we're going to start reaching a lot of creatures that we don't know the information for. So, really it is just that we haven't gone back since we're higher level, so I might actually cut off there on that because we'll have to come back at that point. We just have to go do a tour of the whole dungeon, and your character level has a lot to do with how well you identify monsters. So, now that we're fully geared up, if we were to go back in and look at those, we get more information. I want to see if we better identify the ones we've seen. I like how it doesn't even give me a location because we were lost. But yeah, we don't have any information on any of the ones that we are currently fighting. We're just not that strong. So unless we turn them in to the confinement, we usually don't have information on them. So we'll switch over to some of the the items to see if there's anything cool in there. So the first up would be the Te-Wazas, which would be the ninja style, quote unquote, unarmed weapons, although they're considered to be a two-handed item because they use both of your hands. It's interesting. Named in honor of the late Grandmaster Kyushipo's Vilna, this pale yellow powder transforms the hands of a moderately skilled ninja into a killing machine capable of destroying all but the strongest of creatures. Its strong attack and damage capabilities are so complemented by the spells woven into this Te-Waza, which enhance strength and dexterity and enables the bearer to critically hit opponents with significantly greater frequency. Then it gets to the first one, which is Cursed. The Te-Waza of Self-Infliction. Found near the entrance to the dungeon, the purple Te-Waza powder is the first test of a novice ninja. The first test is to teach the student that not all magic is beneficial. Ninja are known to use Te-Waza. This is the first one that's reeled in. Te-Waza of Infliction. Ninja are known to use Te-Waza, magical powders that can cover the hands and permit greater damage and more frequent attacks. The Te-Waza powder can be removed and is stored in small bags when not needed. A ninja using a Te-Waza is instantly recognizable by the dyed hands, the color revealing the type of Te-Waza being used. White Te-Waza powder is a popular weapon for a ninja. While not the most dangerous of weapons, the ability to strike twice in a single combat round is a great advantage. Te-Waza of Pain. By wearing red Te-Waza powder, a ninja is capable of striking 3 blows in each round of combat, permitting the ninja to sweep through crowds of lesser monsters and causing noticeable harm to powerful enemies. Te-Waza of Fire. The dark red lava glow of this Te-Waza provides a warning of its destructive tenant powers in the hands of a trained ninja, capable of being swung 3 times per round. The damage it causes is augmented by a searing burn each time a blow lands true. Te-Waza of Ice. Just the sight of this pale blue Te-Waza sends a chill through the heart of opponents. Its normal attack and damage capabilities are impressive, and the frostbite damage it causes makes it even more formidable. Te-Waza of Demise. The purple Te-Waza powder is much like the red powder, save that it causes more damage in melee. Te-Waza of Speed. Although this powder offers less in the way of attack and damage ability compared to its brethren, the Te-Waza of Speed does enhance the user's dexterity and provide 4 attacks per round, thereby giving a ninja the chance at what could be a mortal first strike. Then we got the Te-Waza of Contamination, which is a cursed item, although it doesn't actually have negative stats like some of them do. Other than the inability to remove this Te-Waza without the help of the star, it would seem that the curse of this bilious green powder is directed at the ninja's opponents. Capable of being used at a relatively low level of skill, its good attack and damage capabilities are coupled with the ability to poison creatures it hits. Te-Waza of Dissolution. A favorite among ninjas, the green Te-Waza of Dissolution is known and feared by the denizens of the dungeon. This powder increases the ninja's combat ability to the point where many creatures simply have no defense. In particular, the powder seeks the heart of an enemy, often causing critical hits. Executing Te-Waza. Both monsters and adventurers fear ninja armed with the blood-red Te-Waza powder. The ninja becomes so fast that it almost seems as if several blows are being delivered simultaneously by each hand. When a single hand hits, many a foe is executed in a single blow. Te-Waza of Crushing. The magical embellishments on this white powder not only increase the wearer's attack ability, but add to their strength as well. While allowing fewer attacks per round, the Te-Waza of Crushing will ensure that the ninja wearing it doesn't need to strike an opponent as often in order to defeat them. It just has a high multiplier for damage. Te-Waza of the Soul. Glowing with all the colors of a rainbow, this powder is a powerful weapon that also refreshes both the body and spirit of the wielder. It provides good protection against the draining attacks of the undead. Ninja Te-Waza. Allowing 6 strikes per round as well as an additional bonus to both strength and dexterity. The Ninja Te-Waza is quite possibly the most powerful of the known Te-Wazas. Assassin Te-Waza. Unbeknownst to the world at large, the Ninjas Guild recently created an invisible Te-Waza powder. Wearing this, a ninja appears to be unarmed, but in actuality possesses one of the most powerful weapons ever created. The invisible powder makes the wearer a whirlwind of destruction, with half a dozen powerful beings capable of falling victim each turn. So yeah, it can hit 6 times around on top of their normal strikes. Then the Te-Waza balance. Black on one hand and white on the other. Even the color of this Te-Waza epitomizes balance. Only a highly skilled ninja is capable of using this fearsome weapon. In return, it enhances the bearer's attack speed, ability to land a blow, and damage potential to the point where virtually nothing can withstand it. As well, the likelihood of landing a critical hit is significantly increased. As if this wasn't enough, additional enchantments strongly protect the wearer against mental attacks and provide the ability to cast a powerful mind spell a few times to befuddle your enemies. And the Te-Waza of Retaliation. That would be the highest that we've found. The only question about this cursed item is this: why would you want to remove it? Not only does it possess exceptional ability to hit, damage, and land crushing blows at a distance, it provides a whopping boost to the wearer's strength, constitution, and dexterity. It is also rumored to affect spells aimed at its bearer. Oh, is that what Spell Strike does? Can it actually, like, keep opponents from firing spells at you? That could be pretty useful, actually. But that could just be flavor text. I was wondering what that ability did. But yeah, I'm probably going to make this a separate series of videos as well. So if someone wants just the lore videos, they can do that. But this is going to be just the humanoid and Te-Waza section. And yeah, I'm going to call this here, and we'll get into our normally scheduled programming afterwards. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you in a few minutes. Bye-bye, y'all.